What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after an abysmal day of support. That's right. Yesterday, our boy Phil played Alan Wake 2 and Super Mario Brothers, and oh my lord, the Dents have decided that they are going to continue to withhold support from DSP. And of course, like I said, after Phil's little rant the other day where he was going to take control and no longer talk about support or mention support, what did he do yesterday? He went on a rant about support. And he also decided to dedicate a large chunk of his daily rap to talk about the low support, folks. Oh my lord, our boy's unraveling. And we can expect a DEFCON 1 beg alert coming soon. I'm pretty sure we will see an emergency video from Phil. So let's listen to Phil. By the way, this rap was like 13 minutes long. I cut that garbage back because there's only so much we can hear about Phil talking about low support. So let's do this.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 6th of November, 2023. A great streaming day yet again when it came to content. In fact, I would say that today's podcast is a little bit more interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. Really interesting story developments in Alan Wake 2. Solid progress in Mario. Overall, a little bit of a disappointment when it came to levels of engagement and support. We'll talk about that. You know me, I'm honest. All right? So, first of all, today on the podcast, great show because today we actually began my discussions of this I'm just kidding. This is my hand exerciser. We started discussions of the suggestions box. For those who don't know, I had an open post live over the course of October where viewers could post up their suggestions for improvement for my content and the future. Now, apologies, I'm still sick. Yes, I'm still having to snort to clear it so I don't cough. It sucks. In reality, okay, I was hoping that the suggestions that I was going to get were going to be things that were outside the box. Maybe suggestions for changing up my style of content delivery, ideas for new events, upgrades of equipment, or even, new takes on ways of doing stuff. In reality, today, when we opened up the suggestion box, 75% of the stuff was, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Will you play this game? That's pretty much a waste of time. I'm just going to be honest here. You can say all day and ask me, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Will you play this game? Very rarely will I say no. The only time I'll usually say no is if it's a game I've already played and have a full-on playthrough and I feel like there's nothing else to do in the game. Or if it's a game that I just have no interest in for some odd reason. Most times when you ask me, will I play a game? The answer is yeah. If you're interested in it, let me know. When there's downtime, let's consider it. Right now is the absolute worst time to be asking me, will I play a game? Because, quite frankly, there's no time to play games besides all the new ones that I'm already in the midst of, and the other new ones coming out this Friday, and the other new one coming out after, and all the other new ones that I missed out on because I didn't have time to play, and you guys are asking me to go back and play. So there's really no point in saying, we play this game, we play this game. But the answer is, yeah, maybe, but not now. And it's literally the same answer over and over, and a lot of those kind of questions were asked today, okay?
Okay, so yes, your boy Duty did watch that and he did clip it. It was 45 minutes of fucking garbage trash. And the reason why it was garbage trash is because Phil made it garbage trash. Yes, you are a fucking streamer, a game streamer. People are going to suggest in a suggestion box to play specific games, Phil. What the fuck is wrong with that? And the problem is, those 75% of the questions that, or the comments that people that were related to games, you said no to every single one of them. Why? Why don't you just say, well, you know what, maybe in the future, or that's a good idea, maybe in the future. No, you wanted to shit on it and then spend 10 minutes on every question telling them why they're stupid and why what they're asking for is dumb. What's the point of fucking having a suggestion box if you're not open to criticism or you're open to these suggestions? And the other question and the other suggestions that weren't even related to gaming, you shitted all over them. Completely shitted all over them. When someone said, hey, why don't you do a members only stream once a week or every so often where it's specific to members and you have to have a membership, why don't you do that? No, Phil shit it all. I'm not Maximilian. I'm not Moist Critical. I'm not that. You don't need to be a big fucking YouTuber, you fucking idiot. The reason why you do those member only threads is to possibly gauge people into wanting to buy a membership. If you see a couple hundred people on a stream and it's members only, and you may want to comment or interact, and you see that it's members only, you may say, oh, you know what? I'll spend $4 on a members thing, I'll do that. The reason why you don't want to fucking do it, Phil, is because you know that people can't super chat you, and more than likely people won't tip you, and it'll just be that small population of dents that will be in stream and super chat and give you money. That's the reason fucking why you don't want to do members only. But again, it just shows how selfish you are and how fucking of a greedy pig you are. Because I don't understand why you wouldn't do members only content, especially when you're charging $4, $10, and $20 for content and you get nothing extra for those, right? What do you get? Emotes? A crown chat? You get to skip slow mode? Fucking ridiculous, Phil. And then you wonder why when people criticize you and people say, hey, why don't you do something different? You always shit on them, and then you fucking turn it around. You make it seem like they're stupid and they're the idiot. You're the fucking idiot, Phil. And this whole suggestion box is completely pointless. It's a waste of fucking time because you're not going to take any of those suggestions and implement them. For example, get a fucking PC. I can't afford a PC, and I can't do a BegCon for a PC because people then won't tip me at, for my normal support. It's always a fucking excuse with you, Phil. Just fucking stop it. Just throw it the fuck away because you're gonna keep doing the same thing you've been doing for 15 fucking years, and you're never gonna fucking change.
But in general, we just started answering. It was about 40 minutes of answering viewer suggestions and, considering some. So give it a look. It was a good new segment for the podcast. We're going to continue on using your suggestions as a segment on the show over the course of this month and the coming weeks. And then once we kind of whittle those down to near the end, then I'm going to open up a new thread for suggestions where people can post up even more. All right. But overall, I thought it went well. There was really no game news or anything to talk about today, so it was definitely a good use of the time of the podcast. So during the podcast, a few contributions came in here and there, a couple tips, a few, memberships and or super chats or whatever. And then we got into Alan Wake 2. And Alan Wake had a lot of fun. But admittedly, this was the first stream the entire time now that I've been playing Alan Wake 2. And we're talking, at this point, 20 hours of gameplay, okay? For some reason, the support was very slow. Now, already, having played Alan Wake, a few streams have been very lower for engagement. And what I mean by that is people are there. The viewers are there. But I've noticed viewership is starting to taper off, and interaction with me, people tagging me, talking with me in the chat is very low. And I don't know if it's just people who are watching are enthralled in the game because of the style of game it is, or basically interest has waned because now, the game's been out for almost 2 weeks. It sucks that I lost almost a week of streaming. I would have been way further in, maybe done with the game by now if I hadn't gotten so sick last week and missed 6 streams of streaming, right? There's not much I could do about that besides play catch up, which I've been doing. Or it could be that because this is such a heavy narrative-based game that a lot of people are playing it themselves and are behind where I am 20 hours in, and therefore they're going to watch later on demand. I don't know. But this was the first stream where not only was attendance and engagement low, but also support. We didn't hit the tier 1 tip skull. I think we got like 1 or 2 memberships and maybe 1 or 2 super chats. It was really slow for a main daytime, especially new release stream. So that was not good. It was a little concerning. And the reason why it really is concerning is because right now I have to keep going with the games I'm playing. I don't have opportunity to start playing other stuff. I'm 3 games I'm juggling already, and I'm behind on them because I got sick. So I have to push forward and persevere and keep going with these games to get through them and see their endings so that people aren't disappointed that they've been waiting forever for this and it never ends, and so I can fully focus on the new releases coming out. Just because I had a slow day, like, oh, let's put Alan Wake on the back burner. That would be a terrible idea because people want to see this resolution so that we can move on to new games, right? If I delay these games any further than they've already been delayed because of my illness, it will only further make them not get as much attention and or support. I know that, all right? So I'm doing my best. I don't know if this was just a one-off thing with Alan Wake today, but I hope it doesn't continue because I've got 2 more streams tomorrow and Wednesday scheduled, hoping that we can maybe even beat the game by the end of Wednesday. So let's play it by ear and see how it goes, but I'm hoping for the best, that it will not be a pattern every day. The other reason it's concerning is because this week particularly, outside of like 2 return days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, were all good. But all of a sudden, yesterday and now today, the night streams have been very slow. I'm just not getting much support on the night streams anymore. And it really doesn't matter what I'm playing, whether it's Spider-Man or it's Mario, they're slow. And I can't do much about that. And I'm like, I'm not going to complain about it because as long as the daytime streams are good, the night streams don't really matter, right? What level of support you get. But now, the day stream was slow. It's concerning, okay? So, I hope, again, it's not a pattern. Tonight, I played Mario Wonder. What did we do? We finished World 5, 100%ed everything, headed into World 6, actually beat a very challenging special world stage for World 5, and then World 6, continuing on in the Magma world, and we probably got about halfway through World 6. So for what I understand, you got the second half of World 6, there's another special stage to do, a castle in special world, and then apparently once you've gotten all the coins in every stage, the true final stage opens. And that's the hardest stage in the game, supposedly. It's supposed to be like the end game final thing you do after you beat the final castle and everything. So, will I beat Mario soon? I'd probably say 2 more streams. I would say 1 more stream to do the baseline Magma stuff, and maybe, do the final castle, and then probably 1 more stream for the extra challenging end game stuff. So, we'll see, but that's what it's looking like right now, okay? But again, support tonight, not very good. Didn't hit the tier 1 Tips goal. And, I think we had 1 member and, like, 1 super chat. And that was the night. And it's like, wow. So, this is the midst of the busiest gaming season of the year. I used to call it the hardcore gaming season. This was the time of year when I used to get more viewers, more attention, more support, and it's actually the opposite. Actually, right now, things are slower than they were during the summertime for me. I don't get it. All right? Maybe you're waiting for Call of Duty on Friday. I don't know. We got Like a Dragon Ishin, or Like a Dragon Gaiden coming out. I tell you this, the Like a Dragon series has never really garnished overwhelming amounts of attention or support. All right? The Mario RPG remake coming out? I don't know. It's Mario. If it weren't Mario and it was another game, I'd be like, oh, I'm sure people are excited. But it's Mario. I'm already playing Mario and it's not getting any real level of buy-in. So now, what about the Mario RPG coming out, So I'll be honest with you guys. Yes, I'm concerned right now. I had a bad week because I was sick. I missed out on opportunity that I needed to make some good money right now. And I missed out on an important marathon because I was so sick. I came back and you guys were very supportive for 2-3 days, and now it's completely slowed down and dried up. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? It's like I said, I hope it's not a pattern. I hope that this is maybe one day that was just a bad experience, and maybe tomorrow things will be a little better with Alan Wake. Maybe it's doing Spider-Man. Maybe I'll have a better Spider-Man stream. I don't know. I hope so, though. Again, it is concerning. I'm not, one of the funny things that we talked about this morning on the podcast, when in the suggestion box, people were like, why don't you do Sub Sunday or Member Monday like Moist Critical? And when I hear stuff like that, it makes me laugh so hard. Like Moist Critical, like a guy who literally brings in 50 times the amount of attention in his content, streams, money, everything. 50 times. I'm not Moist Critical. I'm a small guy, trying to make ends meet, trying to put out good content for the audience that likes the style of content I do. Everyone was happy with the content over the summer. Everyone was happy in September. Somehow in October, it seemed to slow down a bit. Then I get sick, and now it's like, what is going on? So I hope things will turn around. I do.
Okay, I let this fucking asshole excuse me, I'm a little heated. I let this asshole ramble on for 6 minutes because I wanted to show the insanity that is Phil Burnell. Did you hear this fucking dude? Oh my fucking god. By the way, what he just said is factually incorrect. His summers were fucking abysmal. You guys know I track his shit every week. I do a financial report. I do a monthly report. His summer was fucking garbage. His September was slightly better than his summertime. October, yeah, abysmal yet again. Your views are trash. Your money is trash. You're fucking trash, Phil. But again, it's fucking you. I'm going to go back to the suggestion box. What was the main suggestion? Or how many people asked you, why don't you play Baldur's Gate 3? How many people in your chat have been asking you to play Baldur's Gate 3 and you keep saying no? How many people have told you to play Lord of the Fallen and you said no? Why? Because they were too long, they didn't fit your style, whatever bullshit excuse. You didn't want to fork out the $70 for the game. That's the real fucking excuse. Why didn't you play those fucking games? No, you decided to play fucking Like a Dragon, Nishi, whatever the fuck that game is, knowing that you get no support for those games. You decided to play 2 Mario games, knowing that you get no fucking support for those games, instead of playing Baldur's Gate 3 and playing Lord of the Fallen. 2 games that have gotten some pretty good support for other fucking people, especially Baldur's Gate 3. I'm pretty sure your dents would have wailed out for you if you would have fucking played Baldur's Gate 3. But no, because you love to fucking play easy platformers and you love to play these fucking nostalgic games. That's the reason why you're in this fucking predicament that you're in, Phil. That, and like I've said over and over, your whales are done. You got no whales. You got 2 or 3 people propping up your dead ass fucking channel. And that's it, Phil. That's the main fucking problem. So you trying to reverse course, trying to fix things. is not going to happen. And I applaud you for actually doing the suggestion box, but of course, like everything you fucking do, you do it half-ass and you do it fucking garbage. You spend 40 minutes shitting on all the suggestions, all of them, every single one of them. There was not one suggestion that someone made that you said, hey, that's a pretty good idea, let's think about it. None of them. You spent the whole fucking time telling your fucking dents why it's a stupid idea. You know what, Phil? Your suggestion box is a stupid fucking idea. Why? Because you're a stupid fucking person. You fucking are. God, you're so fucking stupid. I don't know how the fuck you don't forget how to breathe every day. Like, I don't understand how you just don't walk and for like 3 minutes, your stupid brain forgets to breathe and you just keel over because you're that fucking dumb. You're that hard-headed, Phil. You just are. You are. And you know what? I love it. I do. I'm gonna admit it. I love it when stupid shit befalls you like this because you're a fucking moron and you piss people off. And to boot, what I love even fucking more is that you were gonna take control. You weren't gonna bitch about support. You weren't gonna talk about support. Support any way you want it. Remember that, Phil? Support if you want. Support if you don't want. It's fine. And what are you fucking doing literally 3 days later? Bitching about fucking support. You know what, Phil? You're garbage human. Fuck you.